The train moved slowly through the night. The windows showed only darkness outside, as if the world had disappeared inside the train. The lights hummed with a faint buzz. Most of the seats were empty, but a few passengers sat quietly. No one spoke, no one even looked up. It was the kind of silence that felt heavy, pressing against the skin. Alex sat near the middle of the carriage, his backpack beside him. He had taken this train many times before, but tonight felt different. The air was colder than usual, sharp against his skin. His breath made small clouds in front of his face. He rubbed his hands together, trying to stay warm. Still, a strange feeling sat in his chest, a warning he could not explain. He glanced around the carriage. An old woman sat by the window, her eyes closed as if dreaming. A man in a suit typed slowly on his phone. Farther down, two teenagers whispered to each other, their voices low. No one looked at Alex, but he felt eyes on him. It was not the look of other passengers, but something unseen. The train slowed as it approached the next station. The metal wheels screeched against the tracks. The sound echoed in the silent carriage. Alex looked out the window, but the platform was empty. No crowd, no lights. Only a single bench under a broken lamp. The train doors opened with a hiss. For a moment nothing moved, no one entered, but Alex's chest tightened, as if the night itself was holding its breath. Then footsteps, slow, deliberate, heavy. They echoed against the platform and climbed the metal steps. A tall figure appeared at the door. It did not hurry, it did not stumble. It moved with purpose. The figure stepped inside. And the doors closed behind it. Alex blinked. At first, he thought it was a man in a long coat. The coat hung strangely, almost too loose. The figure's head was covered with a hood. Shadow hiding the face, it walked past the old woman, past the man with the phone. The teenager stopped whispering, eyes wide but silent. The figure moved slowly down the aisle. Every step felt too heavy for the quiet floor, and then it stopped right across from Alex. An empty seat waiting. Alex tried not to stare, but curiosity pulled at him like a hook. The hood shifted, and for a brief second, Alex saw what was underneath. Not skin, not human. The shape of the jaw was too sharp, the eyes too large, they glowed faintly. A pale silver light. Alex's heart raced. Pounding loud in his ears, he gripped the edge of his seat, trying not to gasp. The figure tilted its head, almost studying him for a moment. Alex thought it might keep walking, but instead it turned fully. The seat beside Alex seemed to invite the stranger, and then in a voice low and broken, words came out, "Can I sit beside you?" The carriage seemed to freeze. The lights flickered above, buzzing louder. The old woman opened her eyes, then quickly shut them again. The man with the phone lowered his head, pretending not to hear. The teenagers sank deeper into their seats, whispering no more. It was as if the whole train waited for Alex's answer. Alex's throat was dry. His mind screamed at him to move, to say no, but his body stayed still. Trapped between fear and curiosity, who or what was this being? Why did it choose him? The words echoed in his head, soft but heavy. "Can I sit beside you?" Alex finally gave a small nod, barely moving his head. The figure lowered itself into the seat, slow and deliberate. The air around Alex grew colder. He could feel the weight of something not from this world. Yet strangely, he did not run. Something in the figure's presence felt dangerous, but also calm, as if it had no wish to harm him. At least not yet. The train moved again. The wheels clattered on the tracks. Outside, the darkness pressed closer against the glass. Inside, Alex sat frozen. Beside him, the stranger adjusted its hood. Its glowing eyes turned toward him once more. The silence grew deeper, almost unbearable, and Alex realized the night would never be the same again. The figure sat beside Alex. Silent at first, its body seemed too still, like it was listening to something deeper than the sound of the train. Alex kept his eyes forward, staring at the dark window, but the reflection in the glass betrayed him. He saw the faint glow of silver eyes watching him. He wanted to look away, but curiosity pulled him back again and again. The stranger slowly lifted its hood, not all the way, but enough for Alex to see more of the face. Its skin was pale, almost gray, with faint lines glowing like veins of light. The shape of its mouth was wrong, too narrow, too smooth, and when it breathed, the air seemed to ripple slightly, as if the world bent around it. Alex's heart pounded. Every instinct told him to stand up, to leave, but his legs felt locked in place. The other passengers acted as if nothing was strange. The old woman kept her eyes closed. The man stared at his phone. The teenagers whispered again, but their voices shook. It was like everyone agreed not to see the truth, as if ignoring it would make it disappear. The stranger turned its head slowly. Its glowing eyes met Alex's, and then in a soft voice, broken but clear, it spoke again. "You are human." The words were not a question, more like a statement, but the sound of its voice was strange. Each syllable seemed to echo as if it had traveled a long distance. It spoke slowly, carefully, like every word was heavy. Alex swallowed hard. "Yes," he whispered, unsure if he should answer. The stranger tilted its head. Studying him, "Your kind is loud," it said. "Loud with thoughts, loud with fire, loud with dreams." The words confused Alex, but he could feel the weight of them. The stranger was not just speaking, it was remembering. Alex leaned back slightly. "Who are you?" he asked in a low voice. The stranger paused, its silver eyes flickering. "I am alone," it said finally. "Alone, but not the first." The words made Alex's skin crawl. What did it mean, not the first? How many had come before? The train clattered over the tracks. The sound filled the silence between them. Outside, the night looked endless. Alex felt as though the world beyond the glass was watching too, waiting for what would happen next. The stranger's hands rested on its knees, long fingers curled tightly. Alex noticed the nails were sharp like thin blades. They tapped softly against the fabric of its coat. The sound was steady, almost like a code. He wondered if it was sending a message or maybe calming itself. The alien, because Alex could no longer pretend it was anything else, turned its gaze away for a moment. Its eyes scanned the carriage as if checking every passenger. Then it leaned closer to Alex. "I should not sit here," it said. "My kind does not speak with yours, not like this." Alex's breath caught. He forced himself to ask, "Then why are you here now?" The alien's face tightened, a flicker of something like fear crossing its features. "Because I must," it whispered. "Because time is short." The old woman stirred in her seat, pretending to adjust her bag. But Alex noticed her eyes were open now, watching with the corner of her gaze. The man with the phone lowered his head further. His fingers no longer moved, frozen in place. The teenagers had gone silent, their faces pale. It was clear to Alex that everyone heard the words, yet no one dared to react. The alien turned back to Alex. "Human," it said again. "You are not ready." "But you are close." Alex frowned, confused. "Ready for what?" he asked. The alien did not answer right away. Its silver eyes blinked slowly like shutters of light. Then it spoke. Voice lower, heavier, "For change, for war, for more than you can see." Alex's pulse quickened. He wanted to demand answers, but fear held him still. The alien's gaze softened slightly, almost gentle. "You are not the first I wished to sit beside," it admitted. "Others turned away, others feared, others called me shadow." Its words carried sadness. For the first time, Alex felt not only fear, but pity. This being was dangerous, yes, but also lonely. The train shook as it entered a tunnel. The lights flickered, buzzing louder for a moment. The carriage went almost dark. Alex could see only the glowing silver eyes beside him. They burned brighter in the shadows, piercing through the dark. Then the lights returned, humming steady again. The alien leaned closer. Its voice was almost a whisper now. "Your kind moves faster than we thought. Faster than safe, but you may listen." Alex's chest tightened at the words. He felt the pull of something larger, something he could not yet see. And deep inside, he knew his life had already changed forever. The train rolled forward, its wheels echoing against the steel tracks. Inside the carriage, silence spread again. But it was not a normal silence. It was heavier, thicker, like the air had grown dense. Alex could feel it pressing against his chest, making it harder to breathe. The alien sat beside him, too still, too calm. Its glowing eyes stared forward as if locked on something no one else could see. Alex shifted slightly, but the air felt frozen. Every sound, the hum of the lights, the click of the tracks, the faint cough of another passenger, was swallowed into quiet. It was as though the train itself was holding its breath. Alex risked another glance. The alien's skin seemed to ripple faintly, like water under the moon. The glowing lines across its face pulsed softly, not random but steady like a heartbeat. It almost looked peaceful, but the peace was wrong. Too perfect, too unnatural, and Alex felt that if he moved too quickly, that calm might break into something far more dangerous. The old woman down the carriage kept her eyes closed. But Alex noticed the way her hand clutched her bag tighter. The man with the phone had stopped typing completely. His thumb hovered above the screen, frozen mid-touch. The two teenagers no longer whispered, they stared at the floor. Shoulders shaking slightly, everyone felt it. The same unnatural calm that now filled the carriage. Alex's mind raced. Was this some kind of control? Was the alien bending the air? Bending their thoughts, he wanted to speak, to ask. But fear chained his tongue. Instead, the alien spoke first. "You feel it," it said softly. Its voice was calm, but beneath the calm Alex could hear weight. A voice carrying the echo of distance. Maybe even centuries. Alex nodded slowly. "I don't understand," he admitted. The alien turned its head toward him. The silver glow of its eyes dimmed slightly, as if to soften their light. "You should not," it said. "Humans are not meant to know yet. But your time comes too quickly." The words sent a chill down Alex's spine. "What do you mean?" he asked, voice shaking. The alien paused, hands resting still on its knees. The glowing lines along its skin pulsed again. "This calm you feel," it said, "it is not yours, it is mine. I bring it with me." Its tone was not proud, not boastful, only tired. "I must carry peace with me because without it, everything breaks." Alex frowned. Peace did not feel like this. Peace did not feel heavy, cold, or suffocating. This was not peace. It was a cage. And yet a small part of him felt the truth in the alien's words. Maybe this being had lived in storms too fierce for human minds. Maybe calm, even unnatural, was its only way to survive. The train rumbled, and Alex noticed something strange. The windows no longer showed the passing night. They looked black, like the world outside had been erased. His reflection stared back at him, pale and nervous, but behind his reflection, the silver eyes shone brighter. They looked endless, as if they held more than stars. The alien leaned closer. "You do not scream," it whispered. "Others screamed, others fled, but you sit." Alex swallowed hard, unsure if that was bravery or simply shock. "I don't know what to do," he said. The alien tilted its head, its expression unreadable. "That is why you are different," it replied. For a moment the carriage returned to silence. Then the old woman coughed suddenly, breaking the stillness. The alien's head snapped toward her. Eyes flashing bright silver, the woman froze. Breath caught in her throat. Then slowly the alien looked away again. The silver light dimmed back to its soft glow. The unnatural calm returned, heavier than before. Alex clenched his fists. This was too much. Too strange, but even in fear something inside him stirred. Curiosity. He wanted to know what this calm meant. What truth lay behind it. The alien must have sensed his thoughts because it leaned closer again. Voice like a whisper of wind. "You will see," it said. "Calm breaks always, and when it breaks, your world will change." The words lingered in the air. Alex felt them sink into his chest like stones into water. He knew this was not an empty warning. The unnatural calm was not permanent. It was only the quiet before something greater. Something waiting just beyond the dark glass of the windows. The train lights flickered once more. Alex's reflection vanished for a heartbeat, replaced only by silver eyes. The alien sat perfectly still, its calm unshaken. But Alex's pulse raced faster than ever. He understood now. This calm was not safety. It was a countdown, and Alex had no idea how much time was left. The train kept moving, but to Alex it felt slower than ever. Every second stretched long, as if the carriage was trapped between stations. The alien sat close, its silver eyes glowing faintly, its body still. The unnatural calm still hung in the air. But now there was something more, a tension, a sense that words were about to break through the silence. Alex could not hold it back any longer. He turned his head, his voice low but steady. "What are you?" he asked. The alien did not answer right away. It blinked once, slow, almost human, but too measured, too deliberate. Finally it spoke, its voice like cracked glass. "I am not for names, I am not for labels, I am only... Visitor? Visitor," Alex repeated, the words strange on his tongue. "Yes," the alien said, its voice softer. "I came, but not alone. I came where others once walked, where others sat." It looked at the seat beside it, as if remembering faces Alex could never know. "They did not speak to me. They closed their eyes. They closed their minds." The words held sadness, a kind of ancient weight. "And yet, I still came." Alex shivered. The other passengers sat stiff, pretending not to listen, but Alex knew they heard. Every word seemed to press into the air. "Why me?" Alex whispered. "Why sit beside me? The alien turned its head, the silver glow locking onto him. "You did not turn away," it said. "You let me sit, you did not scream, you did not flee." Alex's heart raced. He wanted to deny it, to say it was only shock. But deep inside he knew it was more. Curiosity had held him. Curiosity in something else he wanted to understand, even if fear gnawed at his chest. The alien leaned closer, its voice dropping lower. "Humans are fire, humans are storm. Humans are change," it whispered. "We watch, we measure. We wonder if you will burn yourselves or burn the stars." Alex swallowed hard. The words were simple but terrifying. "Watch," he repeated. The alien nodded slowly. "Yes, we watch, not from above, not from far, but near. Always near." It raised a long hand, pale and sharp. Its fingers twitched as if tracing invisible lines in the air. "We have walked your streets. We have listened in your dark places. We have been shadow where you did not look." Alex's skin prickled. "How long?" he asked. The alien tilted its head. "Long enough to hear your first machine sing," it said. "Long enough to see you break the sky. To see you climb beyond air. We were there when you looked up, thinking you were alone." Its glowing eyes blinked again. "You were never alone." The word struck Alex like thunder. He felt his body stiffen, his breath short. It was not just a visitor, it was a witness to all of humanity's history. Watching from the dark, his chest tightened with fear but also with awe. The thought that his world had never been only his kind's, that eyes unlike his had always been near. Alex leaned forward slightly. "Why now?" he asked. The alien's face shifted, unreadable. Its glowing veins pulsed faster, brighter. "Because your kind runs faster than our measure," it whispered. "Faster than safe, faster than wise?" It paused, silver eyes flickering like fading stars. "You are building doors you do not see, and once open they will not close." Alex froze. "What doors?" he asked. The alien shook its head slowly. "Not for me to name, not for me to tell," it said. "But when you open them, we will all feel it. And there will be no calm, no silence. Only choice." The words dug deep into Alex's mind. His thoughts spun with questions. What doors, what choice, what future was coming? But before he could ask, the alien raised a hand. Its sharp fingers hovered close to his chest. Alex's breath caught, his body frozen. But the alien did not touch. Instead, its voice whispered low. "You are different, you listen. That is why I sit." The carriage rattled as the train passed over a bridge. The sound of water echoed faintly outside. Alex's reflection trembled in the glass, silver eyes glowing behind it. He felt as though the whole world was shifting under him. The alien's words carried more than sound. They carried warning, they carried truth. And Alex knew he had stepped into something far beyond himself. The alien leaned back slowly, its calm returning. The glow of its eyes softened again, but Alex felt no relief. The silence that followed was heavier than before, because now it was filled with questions too large for answers. And Alex realized this was only the beginning of the conversation. The night had only just started speaking. The train rattled onward, but inside the carriage time felt broken. Alex sat stiff in his seat, the words of the alien echoing through his mind. They were not just words, they were warnings, heavy and sharp. He wanted to believe this was only a dream, but every sound, every breath, told him it was real. The alien turned slightly. Its glowing eyes dim but steady, its long fingers rested on its knees, trembling as if holding something back. It seemed calm, but beneath the calm, Alex felt a storm. The kind of storm that had waited too long to be spoken. At last, the alien's voice came again. "You ask why now," it said slowly. "I will tell you more, though I should not." Its silver eyes flickered, the glow pulsing like fading stars. "My kind has been near your world for longer than you measure. We do not rule, we do not guide, we only watch," Alex swallowed. Leaning forward, "Watch us," he whispered. "For what reason?" The alien paused, its gaze drifting to the window. The glass showed only black, but the reflection of its silver eyes burned bright. "We watched because you were small. Fragile, harmless, but small things grow, and sometimes they grow into fire." The words chilled Alex's blood. The alien's voice lowered further. "You are not the first world we have watched. There were others before you, younger than us, but older than you. We sat beside them too, we offered calm, we offered chance." Its fingers twitched against its knees. They did not listen. They burned themselves, and they burned others too. Alex felt his throat tighten. You mean other worlds, other beings? The alien nodded slowly. Yes, they rose, they built. They reached for stars, and when they reached, they were met with choice. They chose war. They chose fear. They chose to fall. Its eyes darkened, the glow fading to pale silver. And so they are gone. The words hit Alex like a weight. He could not breathe for a moment. Gone, entire civilizations erased. Their voices silent, and here sat the proof. A witness to it all. Why tell me this? Alex asked, voice shaking. Why share it with me? The alien leaned closer. Its calm presence pressed against Alex like cold air. Because your kind runs faster, because your kind is louder, it whispered. You move quicker than we measured. You change quicker than we thought. And if you do not listen, you will follow the same path. Alex shook his head slowly. The idea was too big, too heavy, but deep inside, he knew the truth in those words. Humanity always rushed forward, never stopping, never slowing. It built, it fought, it burned, always chasing something higher, maybe too high, maybe too soon. The alien's trembling hands curled tighter. Its silver veins pulsed brighter now, as if memory itself caused pain. There are things your kind builds already, doors you cannot close. Weapons in silence, minds in machines, fires too great to hold. It looked at Alex with eyes that seemed endless. You do not yet see it, but you are close. Closer than those who came before you, and closer to the same fire. The old woman shifted uneasily in her seat. The man with the phone lowered it completely, staring at the floor. The teenagers clutched each other's hands. Silent, they were all listening, though no one spoke. The weight of the alien's words filled the whole carriage. It was not only Alex who carried the burden now. Alex forced himself to breathe. So what do you want from me? He asked. The alien tilted its head. Not want, it whispered. But need. It leaned even closer. Its glowing eyes reflecting in Alex's. We need one who listens. One who sees before the fire spreads, Alex frowned. His heart hammering. I'm just one person, he said. The alien's lips curved in something that might have been a smile. Every change begins with one. One who listens when others close their ears. One who sees when others look away. Its voice deepened, carrying weight that filled the silence. We sat beside others and they refused us. Do not refuse, human, not again. The words shook Alex to his core. This was not only warning, this was a plea. The alien's calm was cracking. Its trembling more visible now. It was carrying secrets too heavy for silence. And Alex was the one chosen to hear them, whether he wanted to or not. The train screeched as it curved along the track. The windows rattled, the lights flickered for a heartbeat. Alex saw not his reflection, but another world in the glass. Ruins, fire, skies burning red. Then the vision vanished, the black night returning. He gasped, gripping the seat. What was that? He whispered. The alien closed its glowing eyes. Memory, it said softly. Not yours, but mine. The calm pressed down again, but this time Alex felt the storm beneath it. Secrets, warnings, memories of worlds lost. The alien had revealed enough to shake him, but not enough to answer. And Alex realized something terrible. The more it spoke, the more questions grew. And questions were far more dangerous than silence. The train rolled through the dark night, but inside the carriage, the air felt heavier than steel. Alex sat frozen, the alien's words still echoing in his mind. Worlds destroyed, civilizations gone. Doors that could not be closed. He wanted to deny it, to push it away. But the weight in the alien's voice made denial impossible. The alien's trembling hand stilled, and slowly it lifted its gaze back to Alex. Its silver eyes glowed faint but steady like distant moons. You wonder why I speak to you, it said. Why I show you what should not be shown. Alex nodded, his throat dry, unable to find words. The alien leaned closer, the calm around it pressing harder. Because there is choice, and choice cannot wait much longer. Alex swallowed. Choice, he repeated softly. The alien nodded again, its face unreadable. Yes, always choice. One way or another your kind will choose, you will build or break, rise or burn. But choice is the path you cannot escape. Its voice carried no anger, no joy, only certainty, as if the future was not yet written but already waiting. Alex's chest tightened. What do you want me to do? He asked. The alien tilted its head, the faint glow of its skin pulsing with each word. Not want human, but need. We need one who listens, one who acts when others remain blind, one who will carry words, not weapons. The silence in the carriage grew sharper. The old woman opened her eyes fully now, staring at the alien in quiet fear. The man with the phone lowered it into his lap, his hands trembling. The teenagers no longer hid their whispers, their eyes wide and pale. It was no longer just Alex who was part of this conversation. Everyone was caught in it, whether they wished or not. The alien's silver eyes turned back to Alex. "You must choose," it said softly. "Will you sit with us or against us? Will you open your ears? Or close them like the others?" Its words pressed like stones against Alex's chest. This was no small question. It was a line that could not be crossed back. Alex shook his head slowly. "I'm just one person," he whispered. The alien's voice deepened, carrying strange echoes. "One is enough. One begins the fire. One begins the water. One can burn a world. Or save it." Its glowing hand lifted, not touching Alex, but hovering close. "You are not chosen because you are strong, but because you did not turn away." Alex's breath quickened. Fear battled with something else inside him. Responsibility. He had never asked for this, never wanted it, but here it was, pressed against him in the dark of a train carriage. He felt the eyes of the other passengers, silent, waiting. None of them spoke. But he could feel their thoughts pressing in. They too wanted to know what he would decide. The alien's calm began to shift. For the first time, Alex saw cracks in it. The glow of its veins pulsed faster. Its voice shook with urgency. "We cannot wait forever, human. Your kind moves faster than time itself. If you do not choose now, you may never choose at all." Alex closed his eyes. Memories rushed through his mind. Wars he had seen on the news. Machines growing smarter each year. The endless hunger of humanity to push further. Faster, higher. Maybe the alien was right. Maybe they were running toward a cliff without seeing it. He opened his eyes again, his voice low. "What happens if I say no?" The alien's eyes narrowed. Its trembling grew stronger. "Then you will walk as others walked. You will burn as others burned. We will sit beside someone else. And we will ask again, but time is thin, human. And your world may not have another chance." The words cut deep into Alex. It was not a threat. Not even anger. It was simple fact, cold and sharp. He realized the alien was not begging. Not even pleading, it was offering, and the offer would not last. The train shuddered as it entered another tunnel. The lights flickered. Shadows stretched long across the floor. For a brief second, Alex saw strange shapes in the dark reflections. Tall figures, faceless, watching. Then the light returned, leaving only the alien's glowing eyes staring back. Its voice whispered through the silence. "Sit beside me, human, or turn away. This is the choice I offer." Alex's heart pounded. He looked around, the old woman staring, the man trembling, the teenagers clutching each other. They were all afraid, but none of them spoke. It was his voice, his choice. He opened his mouth. But the words caught in his throat. This was no longer about fear. It was about the weight of all humanity. Resting on his single answer, the alien waited, silent, patient but trembling. The calm pressed harder. Holding the carriage still, every sound of the train faded away. It was only Alex, the alien, and the choice between them. And Alex knew whatever he said next, nothing in the world would ever be the same again. The carriage grew colder. The air thick with silence. Alex sat frozen, the alien's offer heavy in his chest. Before he could answer, the train jerked suddenly. The lights flickered once, twice, then steadied again. But something had changed. Something unseen had entered. The alien's silver eyes narrowed. Its trembling hands clenched tighter on its knees. It leaned closer to Alex, its voice almost a whisper. "They are here," it said. Alex's blood ran cold. "They?" he repeated softly. The alien nodded. "Not mine, not yours. But those who wish no peace." At the far end of the carriage, the doors opened with a hiss. The sound echoed like a blade cutting through the quiet. Figures stepped inside, tall and covered in black coats. Their movements were too sharp, too controlled. Alex could not tell if they were human or something else. Their faces were hidden beneath masks, pale and smooth. No eyes, no mouths. Only blank surfaces that reflected the dim lights. The old woman gasped softly, clutching her bag tighter. The man with the phone lowered his head. Shaking, the teenagers froze, their hands locked together. No one dared to move, no one dared to speak. The figures walked down the aisle in silence. Their footsteps soft, too soft for such heavy bodies. The alien beside Alex tensed, its glow flickered brighter, its calm straining against invisible weight. It whispered, "They should not be here, not on this path. Not tonight." Alex's heart pounded louder than the wheels of the train. "Who are they?" he asked, his voice trembling. The alien's eyes burned silver. "Hunters," it said, "keepers of silence. They erase what should not be seen." The figures spread across the carriage. One stood near the old woman, another near the teenagers. Two more walked slowly toward Alex and the alien. Every passenger lowered their eyes, pretending not to see, but their shaking hands betrayed them. The weight of fear pressed harder than ever before. The alien leaned closer. "This is your moment," it whispered. "Choice is no longer words, it is action. Sit beside me, or sit against me." Its silver hand hovered near Alex's arm. Not touching but waiting, Alex's breath came fast, his body trapped between fear and fire. The nearest masked figure stopped only steps away, its head tilted slowly, the smooth surface of its mask reflecting Alex's pale face. Then without a word, it raised a hand, long black fingers unfolded like knives. The air grew colder, the calm cracked like thin glass. The alien's trembling became still. Its silver glow burned brighter, cutting through the shadows. Alex's mind screamed for him to run, but his legs refused to move. The alien's voice broke through the silence. "Choose now," it said. "Stand with me, or be taken by them." The masked figure lowered its hand toward Alex's shoulder. The space around its fingers rippled like heat on asphalt. Alex could feel the weight of it before it touched. His chest tightened. His breath nearly stopped in that frozen second. His choice rose up inside him, not from reason, not from thought, but from instinct, raw and human. He shifted closer to the alien, his body pressed against its side. The alien's silver glow flared brighter, wrapping them both in pale light. The masked figure paused, its hand frozen midair. For the first time, it stepped back, its faceless mask tilted as if confused. The others stopped too, their heads turning slowly toward Alex. The carriage filled with silence sharp as a blade. The alien exhaled, a sound like wind through hollow stone. "You have chosen," it whispered. Its calm returned, not heavy this time, but steady. The silver light around it pulsed stronger. The figures in black did not move closer. Instead, they lingered, watching, waiting, as if Alex's single movement had changed the balance of everything. The old woman dared to look up, her eyes wide with awe. The man with the phone gripped his screen so tightly it cracked. The teenagers whispered prayers under their breath. Every passenger felt it, the shift, the spark. The hunters had not claimed Alex. He had chosen differently, but the danger was not gone. The figures in black began to retreat slowly, their blank faces still locked on Alex. One by one, they stepped back toward the far door. The hiss of the carriage filled the air as it slid open. They disappeared into the darkness beyond, but their silence lingered heavy and cold, a promise that they would return. The alien's trembling stopped completely, its voice steadier than before. "You see now," it said softly. "There is no middle, no hiding, only choice. And tonight you chose to sit beside me." Alex nodded slowly, his breath still unsteady. He did not fully understand what he had done, but deep inside, he felt it. The weight of a world had shifted, and nothing could return to what it was before. The train roared forward into the night. The lights flickered once more but steadied again. The alien's silver eyes glowed bright, filled with both relief and sorrow. The other passengers sat in silence, shaken but alive. Alex leaned back against the cold seat, his mind racing. The hunters were gone, but their shadow remained, and he knew this was only the beginning of something far greater.